Hello Zentangle, it's time for a string safari. A string safari is a project where we create a Zentangle using a given string, and this is our string safari number 75. You can check out all our previous projects from this series on the playlist String Safari. I'm Sandhya. I'm an artist and a certified Zentangle teacher. Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel so you not miss out on any videos that I post here every Tuesdays and Fridays. For today's project, I'm working on a regular white square tile, black pen, pencil and stuff. So go grab your supplies and let's get started. On to Tangling now. Okay, so here we are with string number 75 and I'm working on my regular white square tile with my black 01 micron, a pen or a 08 micron, pencil and stub. So these are our supplies for today's session. Now let's get started with our string. So this is just going to make a circle and it doesn't have to be in the center. So somewhere slightly off center, I make my circle. Okay, and we are going to pull out lines like this from the circle. Okay, so something like this. So I have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 lines, which means I have about 7 sections here. Okay, so we're looking at something like this. Now let's get started with our tangle. So inside of this, I am going to start with a circle and an aura line for the circle. And then we are going to add ovals like this. Okay, so kind of fill this entire section with ovals like that. So I'm going to go back in and add black inside of these shapes here. And also here. Okay, so now I'm going to go around adding a final aura line to this. Okay. Okay, so now here in this section, the first section that we have here. So I'm going to leave a bit of a space here and start with a circle and kind of add more circles around this, almost similar to what we did in the center. Okay. And then we're going to kind of continue filling the space up with more circles. So we're not really inking these lines, but we're kind of making sure we maintain that. So we are very mindful of that mark there.
Okay, so I'm just going ahead and adding a second layer, but this one is the size of the circles are smaller than the first layer. Right, so now here I am going to start with some fun tangles, some tangles that we normally do all the time. So I'm going to start with Printemps. Again, we're going to be mindful of that markings. So we're having a storm right now that's kind of crossing over my city. So there's a heavy downpour of rain. Okay, so I'm kind of filled this entire thing and I'm going around adding black in those teeny tiny gaps that's visible. So we're just kind of sealing this whole thing. Okay. So now let's move on to our next section here. So again, we're going to repeat this right here. So we're going to start with a circle here and then add smaller circles all around it. And then start off with another layer of further smaller set of circles that is kind of going around it. Okay. So now here I'm going to do poke root. So I'm going to start off somewhere here, pull out my stem and then go around adding my leaf. Okay, sorry, I meant poke leaf. Did I say poke root? Well, this is poke leaf. Okay, so now in these gaps again, I'm going to go ahead and add black. So take your time to do this. Okay, so take your time to fill this up. Then we shall move on to our next set. Okay, so let's move on to our next section. So here again, we're going to do the same thing. Start with a circle and go around adding smaller circles. And then go around adding even finer, or rather more smaller circles. Okay, and continue doing that. So now here in this section we are going to do Verve. So Verve is a fun tangle. So it starts with a circle and you kind of pull out a line that goes like this and like this, so on two sides, and then we keep aurang this, and then we keep aurang this. Now you can connect it if you wish, or you can have it all separate. Either of that is fine. Okay, so I have this little space here, so I'm going to fill this up as well. Okay, so I'm going to add another one. Let's see. I'm going to have another one here, and this is going to go this way, and this is going to go this way. So you can keep changing the direction. Okay, it's getting louder. So either I can just pull out some lines, or I can maybe make a thing like this, and okay, so there it is, all done. Now on to our next section. So again, we're going to start off with this. I'm going to do this here, and then we shall get to our next tangle. Okay, so here it is. Now in this section, I'm going to make flux. So if you can see, this is my line here. So inside of this, I'm going to make flux. Actually, I like it just like this. I can end it right here. But I'm going to go with the plan and make flux here. And you can make your petals big or small. It's totally up to you. I'm going to have some good variations here. Okay, so I'm going back in, and all those little gaps that's there, going to fill it up with some Tipple like that. Or you could also fill it up with solid black. Either of that is fine. So let's see, maybe I will go back and fill it with solid black. For now I'm adding Tipple. Okay, and we're going to pull out our lines inside. Okay, so again we're going to move to our next section. So I'm going to go ahead and add the circles in the top, the first part. Okay, so here we're going to do Paizel. So Paizel is a beautiful tangle that goes like this. We start like a flue like this, and we add black, and then we give it a nice aura line, and then we add some bead shapes like this all around it. And then we give it an aura line. Okay, so now I'm going to pull out another one here, or maybe I'll do something like this. And again we're going to pull out, give it an aura line, and then we start adding these beads all around, and then we finish it up with an aura line. So let's go ahead and fill this entire section with this. So take your time. Yours might look slightly different than mine, but that's okay. We're just tightly packing the space with basil. Okay, so I'm just going to pull out one here, although it's not going to be full, so we can't see the whole thing, but we're trying to give an impression that there is something happening there. Okay, so the rest of the space I'm going to use my thicker tip pen, and we're going to just fill the whole thing out. So all of this needs to be filled in. Please again take your time to fill this whole thing up. Okay, so I've gone ahead and added black all around, and then I've also started off with the next one. So here we are going to do garlic. So I'm going to start off with a line like this, garlic cloves, and we are going to make pods around it, and then we pull out another line and start adding pods around that. So we're going to fill this entire space like this. So keep adding the pods. I'm like trying to make sure that they're all tightly packed in. Okay, so now let's move on to our next section. Again, we're gonna do the circle here, and then we'll get to the last part. Okay, so here it is all done. Now let's get to our last section. Now at any point of time, if you want to leave this as is, you can. But I'm going to add jetties here. So jetties is a fun tangle with circles. So we add nice big circles touching each other, and they should be complete circles like that. Okay, so I'm going back in and kind of filling these tiny these spaces with more circles. Okay, so now inside this we're going to make bands. So I am going to make bands like this, a wider band and an aura line to that. So I like to change the direction of my bands for each of the circles. That way it looks more fun and interesting. But you can do however you want. So if I feel there's not much space, then I would just do one band without any aura line. So like this one is small, so I'm just going to make one band. And these really tiny circles I'm going to ignore. Okay, so inside these bands we can do different things to make it interesting. So I am going to make a solid black with, I'm going to add solid black with a touch of light showing through. So like this, right in the center, I'm going to leave a little tiny section white, and the rest of it is going to be filled in black like this. So again, take your time to do this. Okay, so here is my tile all done. I am going to go back in here and add some black inside the verb. I'm going to leave a bit white, a little white spot, and fill in the rest with solid black. Okay, so now let's get to shading. So I am just going to go around inside this to create a nice pearl effect. Okay, and we're just gently adding pencils right here around the second aura line. Okay, and we're also going to go around this. Okay, now I'm also going to go around this. Okay, so we're adding pencil all around this. There it is, all done. Now for this, just going to go around like this. Just on one side, we are going to go over the tangle. Okay, so I'm going to go around blending this. Okay, so there it is, all done. I like the different layers in this and different dimensions in this. So let's go ahead and journal this. So I'm first going to add my initials. So I could use a white pen here, but I think I'm going to go around and add my initials there. Okay, now at the back of our tile, we are going to date today's work, which is 23rd of November 2021, and this is String Safari number 75, and this might be our last String Safari. I want to try something different, so let's see. And we started off with Tipple. There's been a lot of Tipples today. And then Printemps, and then poke leaf. I keep saying poke root, but it's poke leaf. And then Verb. We added Flux. What else did we add? Flux, Paizel, garlic, cloves, and Jetties. Basil, garlic, cloves, and the last one was Jetties. So we've used a whole bunch of tangles here, and I love our final tile.
Hope you had fun on this safari with me. I would love to see your creations. So head on to our Facebook group Zenvies, where all the after party fun happens. Share your creations there and check out the works by other Zenvies. If you're sharing your works on social media, then please do tag me at Sandhya Monday or hashtag Tangle with Sandhya. So get to see your lovely works there, and I do stop by to comment. A quick note, these projects and these videos are for your personal use, and no part of this can be used for any kind of commercial purposes. To understand the Zentangle method and to get started on your own Zentangle journey, check out my website www.sandhyamoneystudio.com for workshops, courses, and membership. Click on the link Tangle Organizer in the description to receive weekly newsletters with updates on my upcoming projects and other cool things that I do across social media. It's time to comment now, so please comment and let me know how you enjoyed this project, because that really helps me plan out my next set of videos. Also, it's time to show some love, so hit that like button, share the video, and subscribe to the channel. I shall see you next on Friday with our Focus Flight series. Until then, remember to breathe and smile. See ya. Namaste.